Peace, love, and blessings. This is the Sacred Empress Ali Tosh, and welcome to Mayan on Monday. And you will be listening to this as a recording. So if you're listening, thank you so much for being here today and giving us good information. So let's go ahead and share the screen. And so again, welcome to Mayan on Monday. This is from September 18th through September 25th. Now, now let's go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths. Breathing is so important, especially in this white wind wave spell. And so please make sure that you are breathing appropriately. Now we have the prayer of the seven galactic directions. From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the south, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us so we may see all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action so we may do what must be done. From the north, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmony to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ashe. Ashe. Now, this week, Grandma Moon is going to be moving through Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. This lets us know that we're going to be able to dig in deep um, into some things that are very private and personal. We're going to be able to expand. We're going to be able to tap into some long term planning and to be ready to move forward for the future. The moon is going to be void 4 times this week. We know when the moon is void, of course, we want to focus on things that need to be completed. We do not want to start anything new. We want to um, clean house. We want to clean our mental. This is a time that is great for having readings, like if you want your moon reading or a Mayan reading done when the moon is void. Of course, that's a perfect time for that. Um, but technically, when the moon is void, of course, she is moving in between signs. And so, like I said, she's about completion. She's not about beginning anything. And as always, we want to do what the moon is doing. So for this week, the moon starts off as a waxing crescent. We are high off that new moon energy. And as the moon continues to wax, we gain more light, more insight into the things that we have started. Um, on Friday, we're going to have our first quarter moon, and that is when the moon appears to be 50% illuminated. This is when we want to start to get things done. We'll feel very strongly to act. And then throughout the rest of the week, the moon is going to be a waxing gibbous, so she's going to continue to um,
to grow in light, and we're going to begin to get insights that are going to become solidified with the full moon later. So we always want to remember when we're doing things, when we have questions, anything like that, we always start with the white overtone wizard. The white overtone wizard is the sign and tone that is leading us from for the year. It is about enchanting, being receptive, and timelessness. Um, this is a powerful year. It's all about making adjustments. It's all about organizing. It's about purifying. Um, really, really important. Um, we also have the energy to, with the overtone tone of radiance, we are able to empower, we are able to command for the whole year, and radiate our essence to everyone around us. So the white overtone wizard is very, very important. Now, currently, we are in the lunar moon of challenge where we focus on polarizing, stabilizing our challenge. That is going to lead us up until the 19th. The lunar moon of challenge. Each moon is really important because we have that um, wave spell. I'm sorry. Yes, that wave spell energy that we are moving in. So we had a whole month giving us insight on how to deal with challenges. And so hopefully you were able to tap into that. Um, that was where we are. Then starting on the 20th, we're going to move into the third month of the lunar calendar. It is the electric moon of service, where we focus on being activated by our bonds and serving those bonds. So, this is really important in how we relate to other things, other people, other situations, and what those energies spark within us and how we serve them. So we're going to be of service. If we're angry, we're going to serve our anger. If we're happy, we're going to serve our happiness. So on and so forth. And the electric moon of service is going to run from September 20th through October 17th. And so also we're going to be moving through three different time cell energies. We're going to have one day of the time cell of store. Um, this is the last day of that store energy, of that memory that we tap into. Y'all, for me, these 3 days, not including today because it hasn't really happened yet. I've been in my memories. I've been definitely things and people and things have been popping up. This is something that happens naturally. So things that have been in storage or mental storage are coming up to be coming up for review. After that, from the 19th through the 22nd, we're going to be in a time cell or the energy of process. So we're going to be processing, more than likely, we're going to be processing the memories that we just went through for the past 4 days. But as we process, we're going to formulate new ideas and feelings, mindsets, etc., based off what um, we gathered from our memory. This is going to happen from the 19th through the 22nd. And then the next um, days for the rest of the week, from the 23rd to the 25th, we're going to be in the energy of output. It's going to be very important from the 23rd to the 25th that we are expressing ourselves, and we're going to definitely feel the need to do so. And to the right, you'll see the four signs. These are the four wave spells of the enchantment cycle, which we are currently in. The enchantment cycle is 52 days, which allows us to totally enchant ourselves, give ourselves feelings of delight, to put a spell on ourselves. And this these are the keys to be able to enchant, not only during the enchantment cycle, But during any time we have something that we want to accomplish, that we want to change our mindset on, we have 52 days to do that. We are currently in the enchantment cycle. Later, if you are interested in finding out the blueprint to enchantment, you will have an opportunity. But let's move on. So, when we're going through the days of the calendar, you're going to see that the signs have four different colors. The colors are associated with a phase and a direction. So when you see the color red, it's associated with the initiation phase and the eastern direction. And when you see a sign that is white, it's associated with the refinement phase or the northern direction. When you see the color blue, it's associated with transformation in the western direction. And when you see one that is the color yellow, it is the ripening, the maturity, the harvest, and is associated with the southern direction. So we start the week with the yellow resonance star. Now, I love the yellow resonance star. It's also really important to note that the yellow star is here on a day that is associated with the solar plexus chakra. So it is really about how we feel about ourselves. Like, what do we believe ourselves to be? This is really important when we are dealing with the yellow star. It is about beauty, it's about art, and it is about um, elegance. So we're not dealing with basic things when we are in the yellow resonance star. Um, the yellow star gives us light years. So when we see the light of the star, we're always told that it's a certain amount of light years away. So we're seeing people's old light when we deal with people in a yellow resonant star. So we always need to know that there's something going on in the background. What we see is not who the person is right now, but is a gathering of everything that they have gone through previously. And so um, this is also a day when the moon is void of course, so we don't want to start anything new. We're currently in the last week of the lunar moon of challenge. So this week is all about harvest and maturity. We are guided by universal fire, so that is the spark that keeps us going. We're enlightened. We are tapped into life, and we are going to move on. And so when we have that resonant tone, it's the resonant tone of attunement. So today we want to focus on channeling the information we get from spirit, which is very strong right now because we're in the white wind wave spell. So it's all about channeling. It's about being inspired. It's about inspiring other people. We're in that last day of being in the store, so you might be picking up memories to be brought to the surface to be dealt with. Um, the moon starts off in Libra, but the moon is in Scorpio for the majority of the day. And when the moon is in Scorpio, this is the time when we really want to dive in deep into ourselves, when we want to find out information. When the moon is in Scorpio, this is the time that we want to do that. Our sexuality and sensuality are also very important and increase as with our emotions. And we want to focus on jobs and situations, anything that needs our intensity and our devotion. Okay, so tomorrow, when we have the red galactic moon starts new moon. It's the electric moon of service. Again, it's about our activation. We're activated by the bonds we create, and we're going to serve those bonds. When we're activated, we also bond to things that are important, and we're going to give service to that as well. And so, again, we're going to be um, in this electric moon of service from September um, 19th through October 17th. Okay, the moon continues to be in Scorpio. Um, when we're in the red galactic moon, that red moon, it's all about us purifying our emotions so that we can move forward. We're guided by the higher power of space. So we're going to have a lot of room to explore how we're feeling and to be able to purify those emotions so we can move forward. Very important when we see that red galactic moon. And the galactic tone is one of integrity. So we definitely want to move in integrity. We want to move in harmony, and we also want to model or show a form of who we are in terms of our emotions and of ourselves. On Wednesday, we're going to be interacting with the white solar moon. The white dog always deals with love, loyalty, and coming from the heart. Um, and that's very important. We are guided by the power of death. So, um, if we love something, we're loyal to it. Some things have to be adjusted. Some things have to end. We have to be okay with the energy of death or of transition. It's never really an ending, but an ending and a beginning. Um, we also, with the beginning of the electric moon of service, takes us into the first week, which is a week of initiation. So, along with the moon waxing crescent, we'll be able to definitely initiate our goals, our mindsets, etc. But on Wednesday, we want to initiate on finishing things because the moon is void, of course. And as we know, when the moon is void, of course, we don't want to initiate anything that's new. We have moved into the time scale of processing. So we're going to be formulating different things in our mind based on the previous 4 days when we have been taking things out of our storage and really examining where we have been. Now, on Wednesday, we have the solar tone of intention. So you definitely want to move by your intent. You definitely want to be able to see what is going on right now, and based on what is happening right now, you're going to be able to make certain realizations and therefore make intention on how you want to move forward. Um, the moon starts off in Scorpio and then it ends in Sagittarius. When we're in Sagittarius, that is ruled by Jupiter. It's all about expansion. um, our emotions are expanded. We can do long term travel, higher learning. We can take vision quests, anything of a vibration that is higher, anything that is expansion. We will focus on when the moon is in Sagittarius. Now, on Thursday, we have the blue planetary monkey. When we have that blue planetary monkey, it's always some trickery involved. Not anything that you need to be worried about, but just in regards to the fact that we have been living under some type of illusion, and a blue monkey is going to shake us up in order to loosen those holes that are in our mind. So the focus on Thursday is about play. When we want to accomplish something, especially in an assignment, if we look at kids who play all the time, they are usually play acting something that they want to become real. So we definitely want to focus on play, not being so serious about life, and really acting out what we want to have in our lives. And we also want to tap into our magic. We're guided by the higher power of self generation. So it's all about giving birth to ourselves currently into who we want to be right now. And what a great day to have the blue monkey on. It's the planetary tone of manifestation. So we get to play in the energy of manifestation. What are the keys? Perfecting and producing. We perfect, we produce, we will manifest. And the moon again is in Sagittarius on Thursday. Now, when we get into Friday, we have the influence of the white spectrum human, the yellow spectrum human. The yellow human is all about influence, wisdom, and free will. We are actually guided by our choices more than ever on Friday. We're able to tap into wisdom and tap into our influence or the influence of another person or another being. So we always want to be mindful of that. The phrase that comes to me when I think of the yellow spectrum human is we're only human. So we're allowed to um, act in a certain way. So the moon is void, of course, on Friday. Not only that, so the moon starts off in Sagittarius, it ends in Capricorn. Um, when the moon is in Capricorn, it is not the best place, in terms of emotion. We associate our emotions with the moon, and when the moon is in Capricorn, that is no bueno. We don't want to focus on our emotions at all. We more so want to focus on what we want to achieve, what we want to be recognized for, what we want to accomplish. The moon is in Capricorn. We want to do things that discipline. Um, when the moon is in Capricorn, we want to do we can use our emotions to manifest, but we really more so want to focus on the doing rather than the feeling. Last but not least, we have the first quarter moon on Friday. The moon is halfway illuminated. We have a strong energy to change and to act and to show who we are. Remember, we don't want to jump on that right away because the moon is void, of course. And also, we want to understand that the first quarter moon comes in at a critical degree. So, we're going to want to act and expand, and that expansion is going to take us right into Capricorn. So, what do we want to do with that expansion energy that we have come onto? That's the first quarter moon. So Friday is definitely has a lot going on. The moon is void. We have a first quarter moon. We have the spectral tone of liberation. So it's all about freedom. How are we going to free ourselves? It's by what we dedicate ourselves to and what we are willing to let go of and what things leave of its own volition. So we are always liberated. Some things may go, people may leave, situations change, and it's all for our benefit. The red spectral. So on Saturday, we have the red crystal skywalker. This is where we're going to have a day to explore opportunities that we have opened up for ourselves with a viewpoint of being awake, of being woke, where, as we say these days, knowing what's going on, we want to be guided by our life force. So we can only explore our space with the wakefulness that we have from our life force. What is our energy like? How are we taking care of ourselves? Is there anything that we need to let go of to have our energy at an optimum level? And also on Saturday, on the Red Crystal Skywalker, is the fall equinox. Fall is here. Summer came, summer went, and now we are in the season of harvest where we are able to initiate. This is a week of initiation. It's a day of initiation. It is the fall. You definitely want to plant your fall intentions on this day and do long term planning as the moon is still in Capricorn. Now the moon is at a waxing gibbous. We get more light into what we have been working on, and we again start to get aha moments. We start to get little drips of honey, as I like to call it, as we are coming toward the full moon. On Sunday, we have the White Cosmic Wizard, a lot like the White Overtone Wizard that is ruling the year. The White Wizard is ruling the day. We enchant, we are checking our receptivity and our timelessness. We are guided by endlessness. So, what things do we want to last forever? What things do we want to never end? We want to focus on those things on Sunday. With this cosmic tone of presence, we also focus on what we have endured, what we are transcending, and where we are now. This energy is going to have us want to express ourselves. Um, and we really have a super, super, super power of the enchantment. We're in the enchantment cycle. We're in the sign of the year, which is about enchantment, and the date is about enchantment. So you really want to focus on what you want to bring into being. This is a void, of course, day that lasts for the week. The moon starts off in Capricorn and then moves into Aquarius. When the moon moves into Aquarius, we have an increase in wanting knowledge. We want to be with people like ourselves. We don't want to be restricted, and we want to set our own rules. We want to set our own pace. What a beautiful day to do this in. Um, and but last but not least, we have the blue magnetic eagle. So we're going to start a whole new wave spell on Monday. This is the transformation cycle of the enchantment cycle. So we may start to see ourselves changing by what we have enchanted already. Now, when we move into the initiation cycle, we're going to start to initiate our goals, our plans, our dreams. But with the blue magnetic eagle, we're going to get a little taste of what's coming up. When we are in the blue eagle, it's all about creating from the vision in our mind. We're guided by the higher power of vision, so our vision is high. With this being a magnetic vibration, we of purpose, we definitely want to see what's going on in our environment. It's going to give us clues as to what we're going to be dealing with for the next 13 days. So that is going to be very, very awesome. And it starts with the moon in Aquarius. So we're going to want to gain knowledge, be with people like ourselves. We don't want to be restricted and thinking about the future and following our own rule. That is going to be the power that ends this week but takes us into the future as we enchant ourselves using our third eye vision. So you definitely want to tune in for that. So to recap, we're in the new lunar year of the White Overtone Wizard. The enchantment cycle is what we're in. So we're definitely giving ourselves the blueprint on to how to put a spell on ourselves, on how to make ourselves feel delightful and really give ourselves new mindsets in which to create and grow into. Currently, we are in the lunar moon of challenge, polarized, stabilized challenge. And we have one galactic activation portal day. And actually, I don't think we have one this week. That's a typo. My bad. We start the second wave spell of the enchantment cycle, the white wind. I'm sorry, we're currently in the white wind wave spell. And then at the end of the week, we're going to move into the third wave spell of the enchantment cycle, which is the blue eagle, which is we're creating mind vision. And as always, you can tap into some of my services. One of the best ones is my Mayan Moon calendar subscription. You get a calendar weekly, letting you know what's going on in the Mayan calendar and what's going on with the moon. You also get the current moon newsletter. If you like to tap into the wave spell or the moon energy, that newsletter is available. Um, as a standalone. Currently, we're in the enchantment cycle webinar. We're talking about enchantment. We're learning how to enchant ourselves, the four wave spells that teach us how to enchant. With each one, we're doing something special. With the white wind, we're going to be tapping into the power of our breath and using our breath to control ourselves in situations we find ourselves in. Um, our Mayan birth reading is very, very special and important. You want to find out where you are as you're hearing us talk about the Mayan calendar all the time. Where do you fit in? How do you make use of this energy? You start with the Mayan birth reading. The next step you would take is the Destiny 10 crew reading. With every sign, you have four additional signs that give you support in different ways. And you'll understand how that fits into your destiny. Last but not least, the Mayan 13 Day of Power reading breaks down the wave spell in which you were born, letting you know exactly what energies you have learned in the past and what you're going to be learning. This is a capsule of your life in a 13-day cycle of power. Knowing your 13-day power cycle allows you to be you 100%, to let you know how you should direct your energies, and what things are important to you. So you definitely, if you want to get a reading, you definitely want to get um, the Mayan 13 Days of Power. And yeah, that price is correct because this is information that you're going to be able to move and guide, and comes with so many things that are going to help you on a day-to-day basis remember what you want to do and everything. You definitely want to get that reading. It will change your life. And here are some of the QR codes to some of the things that I have mentioned. Um, the initiation cycle is the 52-day cycle that comes after the enchantment cycle. And once we get our mind right and prep for going after our biggest goals, dreams, and wishes, the initiation cycle shows us how to go after those things, how to activate ourselves to be initiated by ourselves, by our actions, what we have enchanted with, and what creation or the creator comes in and balances our desires. So we may want to do something that is going to take a certain amount of knowledge or work. And in this initiation cycle, the co creator or our creator co-creates alongside us, and it shows up beautifully in the initiation cycle. I have the QR code for our Maya Moon calendar subscription, the Maya Moon Monday workbook. This is free, and it just gives you the energies that are going on for the week in a very easy way that you can utilize it. And I also have love mantras that you can tap into, which are very powerful as well. I do run Monument Mondays as a free service to let you know what's going on with the calendar and with the moon. I do take donations. So if you want to support my efforts to bring you this information on a weekly basis, please consider making a donation to my Cash App, which is listed there. Thank you so much for listening to Mayan on Monday with the Sacred Empress Ali Tosh. Have a beautiful, prosperous week because we are always prospering. I love you guys. Take care.